Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Player Hater Gaming. My name is Brendan Ross. I am your host and game master for tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. Now, before we get into it, let's go ahead and knock out some announcements. If you have not done so, do us a huge favor and head over to our link tree, where you can follow those lovely URLs across the interwebs and find all the places where we post our social media along with our schedule. Give it a follow, a like, comment. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's going on. Helps with this engagement and helps get the word out there about who we are. Also, if you want to come hang out, that'd be cool. You can come join our Player Hater Gaming Discord. We can come share memes, talk life, play some D&D, and in general, have fun. But if you are looking for a place that's dedicated to D&D over a West Marches style text-based server, look, we have the place for you. And Mav Hunter is dying to tell you about it.
Dying may be real because of all the damn heat over here. But besides the point.
It's starting to sound like a simple country lawyer inside.
Definitely sounds like the guy around the corner who you still owe money to and decided to knock on the door, be like, hey, where's my money? It's the Family Guy skit all over again. But anyway, besides the point, you didn't come here to listen to me rant about the heat or any of that sort. You came here because you want to learn how to play D&D. You want to be like the rest of us, making a character, suffering through the DM's story, trying to wonder how can I actually ruin his day by making him come up with a character's name right on the spot, because who cares a damn about a list? I don't want to know about Bob the plumber. I want to know about whatever the guy's name is that I actually was around the corner, standing there leaning against the pot, because why not? None of the important ones. It's going to be the random one, you know? But on top of that, let's just say the fact that you want to sit in that chair, that really shiny, comfortable chair. You want to make the story. You want to come up with names on the drop of a hat, because why not? Just remember, players can be vindictive. We will make you forget what that NPC's name was down the road and come back like, hey, do you remember that guy from over there that was on the corner next to the pot by the tree with the horse? What was his name again? 5 months down the road. And guess what? We're going to smile when you go, I don't remember. Because it's what we want. But yeah, we'll teach you what to do. We'll help you make sure the fact that you never forget that you may have named him Jimmy the Tree Hugger for as long as we care. You don't know. It's possible. Or you may have even called him Green just because that's what he was wearing. Hey, that works too. But yeah, join us in the Shirma, have fun, make all the jokes, become one of the community, and have fun. That's all.
Thank you, Mav Hunter. I appreciate it. Now, if you gander upon the screen before you, you'll notice in the top corner there's a familiar shaped D4 shape. I didn't really think that one out. Anyways.
No, he did not. He definitely did not.
What was that quote from Michael Scott? Sometimes I'll just start a sentence and not know where it goes. Just find out when I get there. But anyways, see that if the number in that D4 shape is not 3, do our players a favor. Spend some channel points. Give them some help. Because they can use that D4 on just about any D20 roll. I believe that I already have 3 Banes on me, so they can call upon those to subtract a D4 from my D20 rolls. Also, if you want a way to influence the story directly, you may do so by using the Deck of Situations. I will do my best to work it in to where it makes sense narratively, but I will take a note of who placed what card on the stack and what the effect was when it takes place.
This way we know who to yell at.
Yes. Or
which is primarily me.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. But I believe that's all the announcements. So with those out of the way, why don't we kick back, grab some snacks, roll some dice, and let's dig into tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as Post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril. A world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, for the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dragix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard, unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn. I love just thinking like,
Oh
wow,
my god, I love it.
she's
Oh,
probably
wow.
going to be telling us that it's over soon and we're going to be able to start playing this game. I'm sure she's on top of it.
Yeah,
No reason to worry.
she's got it.
Look, somebody here, Red, distracted me by tagging me in a post.
You shush.
Bar.
Maybe while we're
Bah.
live streaming, you turn off notifications like I do.
Oh,
You know what?
Or like I do.
Yes.
Bitch.
Ah, yes.
I like responding
I
to my
said
friends.
Well, how about your friends that you're playing the game with?
Yeah, we don't deserve your full attention. You don't love us enough. Wow.
Oh my god. Wow, Megan.
Please
Zon
don't
deserves
quit
to go into the
stream.
I am the king
No,
of
you know what?
gaslighting you.
You know what? Zon deserves to go into the pit
Oh,
and talk and have a good day with the slime.
Yep. she's going to
the good day with the slime.
Wow.
Yes.
Right into the
Give the
pit.
slime your other boot.
5d20 psychic damage.
I resisted.
I don't know what his dice rolls
Order
today.
of her health.
With his dice rolls today, it might not be much damage.
Mm,
Oh,
True. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's fair.
damn.
Alrighty then. So, over the last 2 episodes, I have witnessed as the party made interesting choices and decided that they would definitely be attending this particular mask guarded gala, sending first mate Galen off in the task of procuring such masks. They themselves began to do a bit of information diving, make sure their current apparel was up to pace, and also have an exchange of emotions. It was an eventful last few hours. And as we come into the scene, trying to remember exactly where I had left you guys off.
I'm pretty sure we all faded to black, except for Jack.
Yeah. There was-
Hold on. Hold on.
No.
Not all
he
of us.
blacked out.
All
There's
right.
a difference.
Yeah, I said
All right.
except for Dragix.
There was just a general overall fade to black.
Yeah.
Definitely,
yeah.
Drake has given you guys a couple hours just to be on the safe side that it is
Look.
quiet, even though the rooms are
Quite
silent.
You think after that love letter it's only gonna be a few hours?
So Eva definitely made sure Dracix had some audio of what was
Last I
going on.
checked, Doc and Zon didn't make it back before we faded to black.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the evening You are welcome to your devices, but the
Mhm.
morning does eventually make its way.
Yeah.
As the sun
Have a long
creeps
rest.
up over, yes, all of you may take a long rest.
Yes.
As the sun creeps over the horizon, passing over the clouds, its rays illuminating over Valantos. Levikazan. You find yourself walking. You're walking through a forest. To your left is a familiar, mostly humanoid male creature. Upright, but rather, I would say, built. Familiar guardian spirit. And it is kind of bringing you along for this memory trip.
Just walking beside him. You know, it's not unusual.
It's not forested this time. This time you're in a rolling hills and plains, and two of you have been slowly climbing up one of the grassy hills. And just as you finally get a bit closer, he almost seems to. You're not sure how it happens. Perhaps it's the fact that this is his dream and his memory.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to kind of keep your peripheral controlled a bit, but you're not sure how such a sight could happen. But as you two crest this small hill out over a wide expanse of an area, you can see maybe a quarter of a day's walk, a city. At its core, a castle made of what looks to be pure emerald. And the individual summons the weapon, sets it down, and kind of crosses his just large, beefy hands over it. So,
Yes.
you've walked with me for many years now.
I have.
I've noticed, since you set out, our bond has grown stronger.
Yes.
You remember these walks more. We used to take them almost nightly when you were a child, but they didn't stick.
Yeah. I mean, I get bored running around an island day in and day out. It loses its touch.
The world wasn't always like that. And he just kind of gestures over the landscape, and you can see to the far north, your vision's almost like pulled from you, and just you fly over the land until you reach a frigid north. And then you kind of come back into your body, and he gestures another direction, and your vision rapidly zooms over a desert kind of badlands area before it's pulled back again. And then you can see he kind of turns to behind him a bit and flicks his hand, and you catch a familiar sight of a thickly forested kingdom before you're pulled back. Many things change.
Is this the world before it was brought above the clouds?
This is a piece of it. There are many things that did not survive the uprising.
And did this city survive?
No.
What is it?
It was once a capital. The kingdom long lost. But what's important, and he kind of takes his two fingers and very not aggressively, but very assertively, like jabs you in the sternum. Like,
Bitch.
that's what's important. Kind of hurts a bit.
And it's like, ew, ow.
Whatever the creature it is that made its way out of that space just feeds
On anything. Right?
anything.
That mine you brought me to before. That's where it all started.
It is. Somehow it managed to get a small foothold and then spread. Some rose to challenge it. They were not ready.
Right, and now it's kind of back? I don't know. I'm not one for all this stuff.
All
Did
I
you-
have are my memories.
Did you find a way to stop it, suppress it, or
Where do you think the bubble came from? I
Yeah.
understand it is not an ideal answer. Terrible things were done. Horrible, horrible, unforgivable things.
Yeah.
We were faced with reality itself being consumed, or lesser evils. And you can tell there's no check needed. There's just an absolute, like, he's almost like vomiting the word. He hates speaking it. It's
Mhm.
terrible.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what to walk. I can't tell you where to strike or how to stop it. But I can tell you this hunger, it will find a way.
And so will we. We have to stop it. It's gonna destroy what's left of the world. And after that, there's
After
not gonna
that,
be
it will
any.
seek the gods, and it will consume them.
Yeah. We won't let that happen. I won't let that happen.
Not again.
Not again.
And with that, he just kind of turns and faces you, nods a bit, and kind of from the feet up, he just fades away as the world around you slowly deconstructs. And safely, warmly, you are lifted into consciousness.
Oh, he doesn't mute you this time?
He doesn't yeet me this time. Wow. I was asking good
Okay.
questions this time.
Progress.
Not gonna lie, I expect like all of a sudden like you're about to comfortably come out, all of a sudden you just hear no, and it's her brother come up out of nowhere, just grab her and shoulder throw her out of
No, I was gonna say, so
Just duplexes her.
yeah.
Look, if Ragna tells her brother that me and her are engaged, I fully expect him to come out of nowhere one day.
You just hear RKO
Yes.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor, make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
Dude, I don't even need this advantage. You know I'll fail it.
Sure.
So, where did you talking son wake up? Where did we go?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Did we end up going back to the inn? Did we just stay the night under the stars? Who knows?
Both are very tempting offers
Both
for
are.
both of us. Yeah.
Roll for it.
Yeah, let's roll for it.
You roll for it.
Okay. We stayed outside.
Okay.
That is a 6.
Okay. We made it back to the tavern.
Okay.
She'll just not startle awake for the first time, and just probably roll over, just arms around him, and just wait till he wakes up.
Probably wouldn't be too long because he is an early riser.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a weird memory.
No, of what?
Well, I mean, you know, the usual walking around, quarry, all that kind of stuff, but he was telling me more about the Everhunger. Not, is it, is that the right term? It's kind of, we're assuming it's the Everhunger. Yeah.
Everhunger, the Great Devourer.
Yeah, the Everhunger.
Many names.
Many names.
The endless stomach,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the black hole.
Yeah.
Yes, the void.
What every army person has when they realize that they're gonna have good food. A bottomless pit. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
It's okay. It's just
Branded
so
at the
mute.
buffet.
It's fine. When did I turn that off? Okay. Anywho, stream's being weird, but that's fine. He was telling me about the Everhunger and how he has had already, you know, encountered it. I had a really weird dream memory one time when he showed me where it started and where he and his fellow friends, adventurers, I assume, found it. They tried to stop it, and clearly it didn't work. So,
Well, if they're around where it started, odds are my family was there too.
yeah. Potentially.
And if they're as gifted as magic as I am, I can understand why your ancestor had a hard time with them.
Mm-hmm. He showed me a weird, large city with an emerald castle on it. I don't know why. It was pretty.
Be something really nice to see, honestly.
It would be. Apparently it was the capital of, I don't know what you would call it, of a really big area. An island, but not an island, a connected island. Something like that.
I think it's called. If I remember our friends from the other world, they said it was like a continent.
Continent. Yeah, that sounds about right. But other than that, not much more. So we'll see if I get anything more from him next time, I guess.
Maybe.
Maybe.
At the very least, we'll get a better idea of like where it started and how it started.
B,
Yes.
that forest that you mentioned, was that
Mhm.
just from the previous dream that you're mentioning it?
Mhm.
Or
Yep.
not like in our world? I remember it.
Not in your world.
'Kay.
No.
Cool.
You get a sense. Obviously, the guardian spirit can only show you what it's lived.
Yeah.
So you're beginning to form like this kind of previous life experience in your mind to where
Mm-hmm.
whoever they were before they were the guardian spirit,
Yeah.
they were well traveled and they were probably pretty freaking strong.
Yes.
Because you do have a piece of something, correct?
No.
Okay, noted.
She had it, and now it's gone missing.
Like, I think I know what you're talking
Understand.
about. No, the other character has that.
Okay.
Because it's... I'll message you.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay.
Got you.
Yeah.
Noted.
Somebody else has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We'll settle that soon.
Yes. So, do we wait for the rest of them to go get breakfast, or do we go get breakfast?
They'll be down when they're down, kind of thing. If we go now, we'll at least get something to eat. If we wait, we might miss breakfast.
We don't want that. Yeah. She gets up, gets dressed. Ready for the day ahead.
Okay.
Ready to find a dress. Ew.
That she won't rip.
You head downstairs, and you can see that everything in the restaurant area has been completely changed. When it comes to like things that can be changed quickly, like tablecloths, curtains, that kind of decor, and you get the sense: do they do this daily?
Ew. What is this?
It's kind of like that same feeling to where you know you're in a fancy hotel when you get in the elevator and you see the guy is changing the plate from like Thursday to Friday.
Oh boy.
You all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I haven't been to one, but I've seen the movies.
I've seen it. I've seen
Seen
it.
it?
I've seen it too.
Heading downstairs. Again, the decor has been completely changed. Obviously, the main structure hasn't, just the decor. Easy enough to get a table. Seriously, are you going to eat here?
I don't see why not. We're eat here, wait for the everyone else to kind of wake up.
Okay. Get a table. Food is brought to you. Unless anybody has anything specific they want to accomplish, I would say just over the course of 45 minutes to an hour, the rest of you wake and eventually join all of your teammates, your crewmates downstairs.
Looks like you two had a fun night.
More or less, yes.
Could say the same to you.
Yes. Totally probably aren't like twigs still in her hair or something. It's fine.
Right.
As Dracus just slowly cuddles a teddy bear.
No.
We probably kept him up half the night. I'll be honest.
It's
Fine, let him sleep a
likely.
little.
Drac eventually comes down, and he has just his notebook in hand for a minute, as he's like occasionally looking up, making sure he doesn't crash into anything, jotting down a couple of little notes here and there. Eventually, he closes it, puts it away, just goes, "Morning." Gets a cup
Morning.
of coffee, and just sits down, and slowly starts to drink it. And it's regular coffee, which should already be like, there's a problem here. There's a problem here. He hasn't had regular coffee in months.
Oh no.
Good precipitation. It tastes like your coffee.
He just gets a, thank God. And he just starts to drink it. He knows it's not real, but he accepts the favor.
The caffeine
anyway.
doesn't change between the two. It's just the taste.
Yeah. Yeah, he just looks over and just goes, so, never mind, I'm not even gonna ask. Alright,
Had to make
No,
sure you
go
were
ahead,
enjoying
ask.
somehow,
Right.
no, that's fair. That is very fair.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make sure that anybody. Well, no, the question's gonna sound ridiculous now that I think about it. I was gonna ask if anybody found anything fun, but clearly the answer is yes. So I'm just going to leave it alone for now.
Right.
I will need to take Doc for a while, though.
Oh?
I need him for an errand. I'm sorry.
We need to find Drakic some fun, so we'll just send Doc to help. It's fine.
Right.
This isn't well. Then again, that is. This is not the kind of fun that you're referring to, but it is a kind of fun that I enjoy.
And how would you know which kind of fun we're referring to?
Yeah.
The kind that you had last night. Anyway, moving on. Emilius looks over to Doc. I need a full description of what we need. As I may have somebody who may or may not be able to acquire things on the up and up.
Could you be any more oblique?
I could. He could actually take things from you without you even realizing that half the time you're wearing. So.
Right.
When you refer to things we need, do you mean what are you referring to?
For this one at a time. You see him about to say
if it's for our group project, we have everything already.
And he goes "Oh, we have the chisel too."
Oh, you're not wrong. I have a chisel. I don't have it specifically attuned for what we need.
He could get it. As long as he knows what it is, he could get it. And I heard of the fact that one island he actually stole the necklace and drawers off of a high priestess of one of the actual churches. Meanwhile, she was in the middle of what was that called? Well, whatever. They were in the middle of a thing, and she was talking in perfect view of over 1,000 people. He was standing behind her, walked off 5 minutes later is when they realized that her robes and everything else were gone. Don't ask me how. I still don't know what the hell he did. But anyway, besides that. What? And he just turns to red mid-sip. What?
Are you suggesting we need someone with a talent for stealing someone's knickers? Because...
No. I'm just using that as an example of the fact that he is skilled enough that he could do it in plain sight, in plain view, and nobody realizes until after he's gone that he has taken what he wanted. He was supposed to get the necklace, but apparently she kind of pushed him off a little bit too harshly, and he decided that he needed to get public revenge, which is the reason why he did the rest of it.
Right.
Listen, she's a little bit... She's a very salty woman, but I can't blame him. Honestly, she makes you, and he looks dead at red, she makes you look innocent.
Careful. Oh, dear Lord.
So therefore, can you blame him? I can't. So yeah, we could probably go in about 2-3-ish hours. He will probably sleep in late, knowing him. And we'll probably find him in the bottom of a tankard. Or 5.
Well, I still need to go and procure an outfit for the party.
Yeah, of course.
As my last one kind of got turned to ashes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll need to take care of that too. And you see Drac kind of starts to ponder, and you start seeing him count his claws. He's like, yeah, I'll need to take care of that too. We're kind of getting close to that one. Okay.
Mhm.
And you just see him like gently like rub at his arm as if like he's trying not to scratch. He's like, yeah, that thing. Alrighty, moving on. What else is everybody's plans for today? Besides possibly destroying another room in the process.
Oh boy.
I was hoping to get a little more, well, maybe not
Hmm?
work done, but scouting done. And
Mhm.
maybe see if we still have a beholder sitting on our front door.
Right. I can keep you company for that.
Because we might have to deal with that at some point.
At least as
I
a
probably
group.
will.
Yeah.
Can they be pets?
Not good
Are
ones.
you serious?
It's an aberration. Technically, it wouldn't be more of a pet. Be more of you dominated it mentally, and it's your slave. That's the
So it's
usual
doable.
method. It
Not
is,
for
but
you, but
it's not in any of our repertoires to do that.
I was gonna say, you can do it with skeletons. Aberration's is a little out of his wheelhouse for now.
You just start seeing him like think carrot and stick. Carrot.
Yes, we
and
are the carrot.
Look,
It has the stick.
from my knowledge of a beholder, they have two beams of attack that you
Mhm.
really need to watch out for. One
Mhm.
is similar to the one that turned me to ashes.
right.
The other turns you into stone, which I'm also familiar with.
Right,
Yep,
we certainly
we've-
are.
Yeah,
been
no,
there.
that's fair. Yeah, let's not say we did. All right, never mind.
No, leave the
No,
beholder
not-
alone,
It's
please.
just not even not say.
Well, we need to know if it's there or not still. So we're gonna take a peek,
Mhm.
see if it's in the neighborhood,
Mhm.
see what's going on. If we need to go full war mode, we'll figure that out at a later time.
Drac nods, but in his head, he is still hatching plan Operation Beholder Pet.
There are plenty of beholders out there.
I was gonna say, you hold on to that
He
dream,
knows.
bud. We'll make it
He
happen.
knows, but once again, though, Operation Beholder Pet is still early stages.
I would speak to a conjuration master who specializes in summoning specifically.
Yeah. It's not like we have a
Right.
friend that could probably get us to somebody to do that now.
I wouldn't push that friendship too far. He's already doing a lot for us.
Yeah, Drac he's not going to. He's going to hold them at arm's length. Really, it's just a rope tied at the end of it, and that's as far as he's going to be.
Mhm.
I do want before the party at least go over and see if I can help him with any of his actual research he's doing. As a way of saying thank you.
Yeah, that's fair.
That'd be useful. Might even get something out of it. Something more.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I might get us a permanent teleportation circle on our ship.
That would be very good.
That'd be so great. Infinite supplies.
Yeah. Actually, though.
That would be a very useful
Infinite
use for it.
smuggling.
It would be unregistered technically,
Uh-huh.
Oh god, we are becoming pirates.
unregulated.
Now, listen, there's a
We
difference
always knew this was a
between
possibility.
pirates, smugglers, and sailors. Okay?
Mhm.
Smugglers take things from point A to point B that may or may not be illegal. Sailors just sail. Pirates will rob people and smuggle and sail.
Right.
We haven't really done the robbing people yet. The one time that we were going to, we kind of sunk the ships before we could.
That is true. It's true.
And Drac cried about that.
Yeah.
So many supplies. So many supplies went
As
overboard.
you watch, as you recall, one of the boxes just tilting and as it was falling, it broke further apart, and you watched a couple of gold coins tumble out of it.
There was a small tear that falls up Drax's eye at the memory. And it, for some odd reason, shimmers like gold too as it drops.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
so we should, I guess, let me see. What time is it right now, roughly?
Doc looks at his
Probably
watch.
somewhere around 8 or 9.
Probably shop's open in about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So we could do some shopping, and then we'll head over to where my friend is, and then we will go see him and check and see what else we can get.
Okay. So, you all finish your breakfast, head out. What is the first order of business?
Does why do I want to say Nolan? Galen. Right?
Yeah.
Galen?
Yeah.
Galen.
Galen.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
my brain is not braining today.
Have
It's
you
too
been
hot.
watching Rookie? Is that what it
No,
is?
But I've
Officer
been
Nolan.
seeing TikToks, so it's probably that. Galen, and it rhymes with Nolan, Galen. Has he come back with the masks?
You don't know.
He did come back the day
He
before
stays on the
with.
ship.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we should probably go and get those masks.
Mhm.
See what they
Not
look
really.
like.
We don't need them as long as we have them.
And to do you not want
Match the
your
outfit.
mask to match? Right. Then again, you're not the best with fashion, so I'm not surprised you didn't catch on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He just looks at you both and just goes, "Uh-huh." He says nothing else beyond that. He's just like, okay. Okay.
Uh-huh. Fine.
It's
Right.
fine.
So we'll go back to the ship first,
Mhm.
and then talk to Galen.
You head back to the ship,
Wake him up.
and you notice as the middle grate has been lifted and removed,
Mm.
and there is currently a crane apparatus lifting boxes and placing them into the deep storage of the ship.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
boy.
The boxes are made of plain wood. They have no markings on them and no distinguishable factors about them.
They just look plain. They just look like plain boxes. Got it.
Yep.
Did you offer to ship something again, Drakix?
Yes, because that's how we also make money. But do you think the fact that I'm not going to make money as we're doing everything we need to?
I did not complain that there were things you're shipping. A little heads up would be nice.
I mean, to be fair, we were all pretty busy last night. So,
We spent the whole morning talking.
he probably did. When did you do this?
He just looks at them all and just goes, "Were you not part of the conversation as we were leaving this ship about getting supplies, getting things to ship out when we stood in a circle on board before we disembarked and came on the island initially? As you stood directly in front of me?"
Look,
He also sent Galen off to get some of this stuff.
Look, I was a bit distracted. It's New Island. Look,
I get it. I understand. A lot of screaming, a lot of motion of the ocean. Your mind is not here. I get it. It's perfectly fine.
Right. Okay. Anywho,
No, your tail looks like it's about to be on fire.
That's fine. It wouldn't be the first time,
Fair.
nor the 15th time at this rate, honestly. And that's
Nor the
before I even
last.
met you. So I expect it to be on fire at least another 100 times
You'll know.
Minimum. There's not much to learn. I've been knowing that. But anyway, moving on.
Galen!
He just,
He just like you see him just like rise up and look over.
He's got that golden
Waves.
retriever face of like, huh?
yeah, pretty much.
I was thinking
Oh,
more
it's
Big
like-
Cat.
Good morning.
Morning.
And hello, Captain. How are you?
Good, good. You found things to move along, I see?
Technically no. Actually, this was a very easy one. We're just going to be holding it for a few days. If you
Understood. No worries. Not an issue. As long
no, I
as we
didn't
can...
know what our next destination was, so I haven't made any committed plans to ship anything. But this found it to where it just needed to be not on the island for a few days. And look, it's not on the island suddenly. It's not on the island. It's floating out there.
We have done that enough for other people, so therefore it is perfectly fine. As long as it stays that way and we get paid, I don't care.
Red, make a history check.
Oh, Jesus.
Actually, no.
Yes.
You know thieves can't.
Do I know thieves can't?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, I
she
thought you
doesn't.
did. I thought you did. Okay.
Nope. Sure don't.
Make a history check.
Okay. That's a 14.
14. You've
Yeah.
heard of this tactic before. Typically, when someone knows their warehouse is about to get raided or,
Mhm.
randomly inspected by the guards, they'll quickly offload their shipments to anyone willing to hold on to it for a few days, and then they'll just
Mhm.
reload.
Well, if it makes us some coin, it makes us some coin. We don't even have to go anywhere.
You see, now you understand me. Very. At least I don't have to worry about it.
Why are you acting so surprised? It's not like I'm unreasonable.
He just slowly turns to look at her. No words.
So,
And then goes back.
I want to check something real quick.
Uh-huh.
She's grinning at him like she
Uh,
knows exactly what she's saying.
Galen goes to hand you a rolled up piece of parchment, but drops it. Goes, shit, and picks it up and hands it to you.
Drac is immediately going to take it.
You look it over. It's a very well thought out invoice that reads for storage and holding of 25 crates, 50 gold a crate for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Star-Crossed Infantry and its captain shall be paid an amount of 5,000 gold.
Mm-hmm. He looks it over, makes sure, probably has on looking over his shoulder, just like, what's that say?
Zon, you're reading it, and
Remember?
it's like, it's things that just, you don't know why you're holding on to them. It's like apples, spices, flour, sugar.
Like, those
Fucking
apples are
love
gonna
that.
go bad in a few days under there with no
Yeah,
ventilation.
exactly.
Like, you should like bring them up here and
He
like
just-
just some air out
he-
and like.
He gently like pats her shoulder.
Why
as
are
he
there
hands back
fish
the
on
ribs,
here? That's
Don't worry
It's
about
okay.
it.
Don't worry. There are enhancements to this to make sure nothing goes
yeah,
bad.
okay,
It'll
that
be
makes
fine.
sense. Yeah, magic. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I can preserve a corpse for multiple days on end, I'm sure food's a really trivial option.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In his
So-
head, he's just like, God damn it.
Galen,
You could always just be like me and have a walking food source.
That's fair.
Hilarious.
She's always got her to-go bag.
Mhm.
With that, let's take a 5-minute break.
That's fair. That is very
The
We're gonna
fair.
run
spicy
some
juice
ads.
box.
Because it's time to make a quick little break so we can take this time to play some ads, get some snacks, and this way, you guys don't get so many pre-roll ads. So we'll see you in 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For our subscribers, I'm just here. We're all here hanging out. So, any questions?
But it's on YouTube
hmm
Also, YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
because YouTube
You
does
know what
not
I'm
get
really bad
ads.
about
Lucky
is
buggers.
I don't
Right.
pull up YouTube and make sure I watch chat on YouTube. I'm gonna go do that right now.
I've gotten better about it. We've had some traction lately on the
Mute
YouTubes
the
and
site.
chats.
Ooh.
Just gotta make sure I mute and unmute YouTube because I'll go into it
I
later
just-
on. I'll be like, why can't I hear anything?
Yeah, I'd be like
Why
that
is
sometimes.
YouTube broken?
Whoops.
YouTube, I keep that
Whoopsie.
paused, like when it's live streaming or anything, because realistically, we know where we are, plus or minus 30 seconds. So
That is true.
yeah, less data being downloaded.
Hmm.
So I may or may not be going through Pinterest to try and find dresses, even though I don't know what the mask look like.
Good lord.
I'm just pulling.
I know what they'll look like.
I know. Do you have images?
Oh my
Nope.
god.
Damn.
You don't get to know yet.
Ah,
Images. How much work do you think we put into these games?
Right? Come on.
with
That
our
is very true.
massive budget.
With our massive budgets.
Our massive budget of 10 cents.
Yeah.
Right, like,
And
That's
that's
even too much.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
After
that's-
done paid all my scientists and lab coats and radio guys and sound guys, it's a wash. I'm out of money. Why you do it, Brandon? Because I'm selfless.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
Just wow.
I'm saving this for
What?
No, I'm
Oh,
saving
good
this for another.
lord. Another thing?
Look, another thing. Picture
Is it a thing that I know about thing?
No.
No. Okay.
No. You know,
Boo.
when we went
Not
to the bar
important
and
then.
she initially smashed watermelons in that tiny little dress, I found another tiny little dress. So
Got it. Got it. We're gonna need Drax is gonna end up dragging Doc around because he's not gonna be paying
Mhm.
attention to anything. Got it. All right,
Yep.
understood.
it's fine. It's fine.
We need to stock up on watermelons. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
She's already grown like a whole thing of it, so you don't need to worry about that at all.
Mm.
All natural watermelons.
How much is the whole thing now? Because
Where's my character sheet?
That is a good
Spells.
question. Only you know.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Only you could put out a forest fire.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Only you
so,
can prevent dungeon fires. Kill the wizard first.
so one day while we are on the ship, you know, and we were traveling here, Zahn absolutely spent a whole day just
Mhm.
sitting and plants just growing out from the center of her, and
Mhm,
it would have covered the whole ship
Mm-hmm.
in watermelons. Yeah,
That sounds about right.
yeah. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a what them thighs do situation.
Yes, it is.
Nice,
It is.
nice. I like.
Looks like our ads are done running.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice. Alrighty then.
That was a quick few
Stu.
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Galen's handed you the invoice. You can see that over the span of just 4 days, the ship itself is going to make 5,000 gold,
Yep.
which will more than likely be turned right back into maintenance, supplies, and keeping the ship running.
Yeah.
A crew.
Paying crew, yeah. That's another
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Drac knows that he makes sure of the fact that they don't get like chump change. He makes sure of the fact that they get enough to pay for the crew, pay for maintenance, and come out at least with something.
And it was this time to Galen would let you know that he's basically given the crew like the next 4 to 5 days just to their own devices, so they don't have to stay on the ship because I
Mhm.
think you did tell him you'd be here at least a week, so he'd have that time.
Yeah,
And then just
Yeah.
have like, half a 10-day to themselves.
yeah, exactly.
So the crew's been
And
paid.
if he didn't, he would be yelling at him to do that. So.
Yeah, the crew's been paid. We'll figure that out later. And
Mhm.
basically, you're basically running a skeleton crew right now. The individuals loading your ship, you do not
Mhm.
recognize. But at the same time, they're not just wandering about. They're shady, but respectful. Like they're here, they're loading their stuff. They say thank you, and they leave.
So listen, this is just for everybody to know. The fact of the matter is that he's trusting Galen with the ship, and he knows that Galen would be treated the same way that he would if the roles were reversed. So therefore, if anybody that is not part of the crew is on the ship, he would be there keeping an eye on it. So he's not too worried about it. So there's that.
Anything else you guys want to do at the ship?
Hey, Galen,
Yes.
remember what you were out getting yesterday?
Yes. It might be a little tight. They will be ready at least the day of the party.
Right.
Mhm.
Can we get, colors, descriptions? I need a dress.
Oh, I just kind of took the predominant colors you all wore daily and applied those.
All right, so mine will be red.
Blue and
Love
white.
that.
Blue and whites.
Very little blue, but yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I see that. Okay, cool. We can do this.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Drac just leans over a little bit to Galen and whispers to him, "She didn't believe that you would actually get her something that would match her. It's low enough that she barely heard it, but still audible enough."
Kaylin looks offended.
That's fair.
I'm not a
Oh.
savage.
I know, that's just why I gave you the job.
I appreciate it, Galen. Thank you for not putting watermelons on it.
Thank you for not punching me.
Yeah.
You
Once
should
she
have put
gets it-
watermelons on it.
Once she gets it, there's like
You did
a
that.
teardrop that's shaped like a watermelon.
Just the tiniest
Just
little
Try
detail.
just a little bitty watermelon.
Like it's only on the inside of the mask. Only she will see it. Only she knows it's there.
Yeah.
Fucker, I'm gonna punch him.
She will always and forever see that little bitty watermelon.
Yep.
She's gonna punch him. It's fine. Right.
I love that.
So, what are we doing today? You guys, boys are having boys' day. Girls are having a girls' day.
I guess so.
Sure.
I imagine what me and Drax are doing won't take maybe
It won't
30
take-
minutes
Yeah.
once we find the person.
Mhm.
Okay. What are we doing, ladies?
Destroy the island. Sorry. What? Who said that?
What? I wonder.
We're making sure that the place Eva is building is uninfested, for lack of better words.
I like that. Let's do it.
Hey, you might get to smack something, right?
Even
That's
better.
never a bad thing.
Fuck yeah.
Hmm.
Let's do it.
Doc goes over to Drax. I have my sending spell prepared just in case.
Perfect. One less thing to worry about. And with that, Drac turns on his heels and starts heading out.
Doc follows.
And we are heading towards the glass black crawl.
Okay. Heading inside.
Mm-hmm.
The details for this place. So, you head up to what looks to be some kind of a disused and like halfway crumbling observatory tower that's been turned into a dive bar.
So it's his favorite place.
Inside, Drakic, you feel a sense of home that has not been felt in some time. There are daggers on the walls, there's cards on the tables, there's a heavy scent of ale-soaked wood. There's individuals that are just straight up passed out, a couple actually playing some games. The individual behind the bar is a female half-orc. Kind of sees you, just gives a nod.
Gives a nod in return. I would say probably at this point, this will be the first time Doc actually sees his shoulders drop in relaxation.
Yeah. I will say Doc is wearing his mask the entire time.
Okay.
As he was told to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Were you
Yeah,
wearing...
you definitely see like a different persona when you look at him and you see him like immediately step through the threshold. It's just like, who the hell is this man?
Well, you can't see Doc's face.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And Doc's not going to verbalize his thoughts right now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, is Velko sitting down or passed out on one of the tables?
Looking around, you can see that he is conscious. He is currently like one elbow up and his fist like pushed into his temple, leaning over a plate of a just heavily greasy, just like egg and meat platter.
Drac is just gonna walk over and take a seat and just goes, you know, that's bad for your health, but still tastes delicious anyway.
Good. He takes a bite.
He goes, Velko, my friend, the doctor, Velko.
Velko.
Kind of looks. Goes back to his plate.
I've seen this before. He's very hungover, is he not?
Very.
Fortunately for him, I don't have anything to cure that. So that's on Drac. He wants to do it.
Drac would.
Both of you do notice that it looks like he did pretty well for himself in a game of cards. You can see that kind of tucked in close to his, like where the waistband is, right at the stomach. You can see there is 2 coin purses. And the obvious sign of thrown cards and frustration around the table.
Doc would be kind of playing around with the cards, like gathering them up and look at card tricks here and there.
Make an
Shuffling them.
investigation.
Yep.
How many of them are actually takes?
23.
As you look over the cards, you notice the king, the jack, and the ace all have a particular feeling to the back of the card as you realize they've been marked in some way.
Yeah. I'm the card expert of the crew. I get it.
Yeah.
I can probably still beat him. Now that I know he's tricking, I probably could beat him.
Probably, honestly. Drac is definitely just going to like pat Velko's shoulder, pumping 5 HP into him, neutralizing the alcohol.
Oh, nice.
And
It's
it's
like-
just all it's nonchalant too. So it's like as the headache like kind of like peaks is when it just magically disappears. He just goes, there, it's okay, right? I understand. I know the feeling very well. It's all the food. The food is making you feel so much better, I'm sure.
He kind of looks at you. Right, the food.
Well,
Doc finishes
Well,
shuffling his cards back together and puts the deck in
looks
front
like
of him.
you brought a friend. What can I do for you?
we had a conversation. Well, never mind. You probably forgot about all of that yesterday.
No, I remember.
This is my friend who knows.
Hello, friend who knows.
And he just runs with it. He's just like, yep, this works. Yeah. Pure Velcro. No surprises. Can you describe to
Well-
him what we need, Doc? So,
What are you looking for?
Well, we are in the market for a specifically infused chisel. If it's already magically reinforced, it's fine. But we specifically needed to have spectral essence infused into it.
So, like, romantic?
That would fall in line with it. I'm not able to infuse my chisel with it currently. It'd be more of the ability to... You know how ghosts can't be touched normally? Let's use a magic tool or a weapon. Think that along that line of to allow us to carve into a spectral ship, for example.
What do you need it for?
Doc, gives a side look to Drakex.
we have a project
He
that
kind of puts his hand
requires.
up.
And that's it. That's really
the
it.
bare
That's,
min.
I know, bare minimum. It's just we have a project that requires this special touch.
I guess what I should be asking is, since you're asking for a chisel, are you chiseling into wood, metal, other?
Both?
And wood.
I gave you 3 options.
It's a bit of both.
Metal
it-
wood.
the
Metal
object is
wood.
made of both.
Right.
Though if
Wood
you give
is-
me something that could use for anything, I would be greatly appreciated, but I think that's pushing it a bit.
A bit.
The instructions don't specify if it's supposed to be onto the spear head or the actual spear body. So
Hmm. He's just kind of
yeah,
been slowly finishing his plate as you're talking.
yeah. So no, it would be the wood. Reading the instructions again. I think it would be the wood because it's the spear haft.
Still have it as the metal too, just in case. Doesn't hurt.
I mean, the wood is pretty strong, so.
All right. Got a few places I could check out.
I appreciate it.
With that, he just stands up, nods his head, leaves.
Jack just leans back a little bit. Probably He should drop it off at the ship. I did tell him what we are.
Sure has a way
No.
to contact you.
Yeah, Velico has his ways. I'm not worried about that. So, shall we head out and see our wonderful friend?
Might as well. Doc kind of looks around the bar. Is anyone actively playing cards right now? Like
There
any
is a
active
pair.
card table?
Yeah.
Okay. Unless you fancy a game of cards.
I am never going to say... if I ever say no to that question, have Zon smack me upside the head and Red burn me.
I think we can kill some time with this.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna play some
So
cards.
yeah, we'll play cards.
Play cards.
Okay. So, in the interest of expediency, I'm going to roll a d20 for each player on my end. Doc and Draktix, you'll roll 2 d20s to account for your particular set of skills.
I have a skill for card reading.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have the card insight too.
That's why I said you'll both roll 2 d20s, take the highest.
Got it.
Okay.
So I'll just roll both of them. I'll roll it for advantage then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I ain't mad.
Yeah.
That's a 17.
Okay.
28.
No, just the d20.
Oh, just D20? Okay.
Oh.
Not a skill.
13 highest for third.
Then 17 highest.
Doc takes the game.
That doesn't surprise me, honestly.
Next round.
It's a bad one.
19 on a die.
Draktix takes the game.
Technically, we can't lose if as long as one of us is winning.
Yeah, exactly.
This will be our third and final round. That'll take up the time.
I had a 12.
Uh, 10.
Draktix takes.
Oh, thank God.
All right then, Draktix, how many games you win? 2.
Yeah.
Doc, you won 1.
Yep.
It was a low pot for you, Doc. It was just 1 gold total. But Draktix, looks like they started getting angry. 9 gold.
Take that.
Let this weird bird person come in and take all of your money in the first pot. Gotta show him where his place.
Mhm.
Totally
It was
didn't
like, who
hustle
the
these
hell
guys.
is this? How dare?
We totally didn't hustle these guys.
No, no, no.
Totally didn't.
Oh,
Whoopsie. Not mean to close that window. So. Okay. So you get what you need. He's set on his way. A little bit of coin. Ladies,
Hi.
you looking for a tailor?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Alrighty then. You're looking for. I'll give you 3 tiers:
Mm-hmm.
mid, high, and ultra high.
Mm.
Made high and ultra high right off the bat.
Fuck yeah.
I pick watermelon.
When I was freaking out while they were playing card games, she said that to me privately, and I just
She had such a reaction that I just had to share
Had to share.
the watermelon dress.
yeah, it's fine. fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably high end,
High to-
not
yeah.
ultra high.
Okay.
But also
Walking around, trying to figure things out. Get your bearings in this city, where
Yes.
neither of you have been.
Mhm.
Come across a place known as the House of Brevnali. That is Brevnali.
Mm-hmm.
Brevnali. Located kind of between the Noble Estates and the Arcane Galleries, kind of this niche area where the nobles could leave and then almost immediately head to where they can see the kind of more talented artists out and about, just like in a park, painting, crafting, things like that. Inside, there are rich velvets, crystal thread embroidery, flowing silks. Think regal old world prestige meets magically stitched culture.
Okay.
Okay.
Within it is a probably out of place for some of you, but an incredibly well dressed dwarven male with this immaculate braided beard, stylized gems within it. He's got on this like 5-piece suit, and he sees you enter and, hey, good morning, fair ladies. Welcome to the House of Brevnali. And he bows.
Hello. We're looking for a dress for our tall friend here.
Aye, that would be a challenge for most, but not here.
Good. We were thinking perhaps something blue, but not bright blue.
No.
How not bright blue did you want to get? Like closer to maybe like the royal blues, or still like
Like
water blue?
A dusky darker blue? What do you think?
yeah, dusky darker blue. Could we?
Something durable, chic, silk.
Chic and durable. It's me. I'm sorry. It needs to be durable.
Right.
You know that fancy party that's going on in like 3 or 4 days or whatever.
3 days.
do.
Technically.
Yeah.
Still miffed not getting the invite.
Oh,
But-
sorry.
Right.
It's all right.
Oh,
We
well,
will spread
we're
the word.
attending.
Are you attending?
Yes.
We are.
Oh,
Can you get the
That's-
outfits done?
good. Good for you.
We'll spread your
Right.
name.
He's going to give you the worst job now.
Yes. Fuck.
You know, we could always spread the word of who tailored the gown. Maybe
Especially if it
give you a
looks-
little bit of business.
Hang on, I need to check.
Especially if you
real
can make
quick.
it this look good.
Are you- That's your passive insight? Shit, Red.
Huh?
Wow.
What'd you talk about?
You, as you say that, you see, like in the back of his eyes, fire in the soul, just bing. like squint in his eyes.
Yep. She's
Somebody
got a
turn
pretty
on the
decent
burner.
passive insight.
Somebody turned on the burner inside of his brain and said, wait.
Wait.
That works.
Sweet
Right.
revenge will be mine.
So,
that you
I'm aware.
you want a business, don't you? You have a mindset.
I do. I also
can
have an eye
tell.
for fashion, so
Right.
perhaps something a bit flashy. I don't know. Do you want flashy or
See-
understated?
So he walks away from him, not to like be rude, but he sees his steps off for a minute, comes back with a stool, plots it down, and then steps up on it so you can be at least like
Mhm.
chest high to Zahn. He just like crosses his arms and dusky blue, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we
Perhaps with some darker gold or maybe bronze accents on it.
Mm. Straps, sash.
straps.
Right.
feel like a
Want to
sash
show
would
off the
just-
shoulders and the arms, the toned bit here. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Slit,
Absolutely.
Oh,
double.
double.
Double slit.
Double, yeah.
Very nice.
Because, yeah.
You know, and he has this like idea, and he almost like falls off the stool as he clambers down and rushes through his shop. He almost knocks over a mannequin, and like does like the Hollywood like spin, like whoop, 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 and then it rights itself.
Oh boy.
And he comes back with this horrible color, ugly brown. But he comes back with it, and it's folded over on this like piece of wood, and he kind of hands it up to you. Don't mind the color. Feel.
Oh.
And as you, it looks almost like a very nice like tarp style material. Like it's not really super appealing, but as you grip it,
Mm-hmm.
you notice it has some like give to it. Like there's a little bit of stretch.
Oh. Oh, this could work.
Give you a bit of freedom of movement.
Yes.
Color can be changed.
Oh,
Color be
right.
done right now.
Cool.
Colors be
Definitely not that color, yes.
No.
Oh, I know it's horrible. That's why I got so good price.
Right.
Fair. Yeah.
And as he's talking, you notice there's a ring on every finger. Oh yeah,
Are they like all different colors?
all different. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that how
I'm
you
talking
do the...
sapphires, opals, rubies, just all kinds.
Nice.
Silver, gold, platinum.
Nice.
He's parfait.
Of course.
Don't give it away. Told you to stop looking at my notes in the G drive.
Yes.
You shouldn't keep them in public places.
Gosh.
How else is he gonna verify all his information is correct?
How else?
Exactly.
It's like a cookie jar. You know, we can't help ourselves.
Yeah.
It's true.
Your hand's
But
gonna
he-
get stuck one of these days.
He sets that aside. Gold is trim. You want flashy or just subtle?
I kind of want flashy.
We can do flashy.
What's that?
Filigree?
Yeah.
Filigree.
Yeah.
Right. Something that makes a statement.
He looks around. He's kind of looking at what he has like up on the rafters that's hanging from various hooks. Oh. And he goes behind the desk and he watches he puts clunk, like this pole on the counter, reaches under, grabs another piece, reaches under, grabs a third piece, and then starts like screwing them together.
Oh. Okay. Yep.
And he heads over and has this basically 15-foot long stick. he grabs a dress off the top and brings it down slowly and kind of like hands it to you, Livikazan.
Takes it.
If you yeah,
Yep,
thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
And-
Yep.
Right there, heads over, and you think you see what he may be doing with this, but he takes it from you and lays it out and kind of folds back part of a long like cloak. You
Okay.
can see the inside has been given this interesting material that has very angular, almost like Art Deco design, but it's
Yes.
mostly gold with the gold. You swear it's actually metal, but it maneuvers and folds like fabric. So the gold is gold, and the black is the best way I can describe this is it's not a color, it's the absence of color.
Ooh.
And he kind of folds it over, looks at it. I could cut that lining out and make an edging around the dress with it. And that. Could do that. You want a over the shoulder, both straps?
Yeah. Yes. I need to be able to move in this dress, right?
Both
Yeah.
straps, right? Right.
Yes.
I could do that.
Okay. Cool.
Right. And he kind of moves the material to the side, walks up on a small ladder you can't see, opens his ledger, and just starts jotting down ideas. Name.
Zon. How much is this gonna cost as well?
Great question. Because I'm not sure
You know,
how.
we will be spreading your name, so perhaps a little bit off the top of the price. Considering she's very hard to miss.
Be about right. Make a persuasion check.
Got it. Now to
I
do,
feel
we're
like
gonna
Zon's
pull
just,
out
like,
all the stops
flexing in the
this
background,
one.
Look at this
Ba-ba-da-ba-bow.
marvelous physique that you get to dress.
Dirty 20.
Kind of nods a bit. 10 gold.
And
I think we
it'll
can
be
do
ready in time.
For the
We'll be ready
party,
in time.
right? Perfect.
Okay. I like that.
Red would have made sure to take some of the gold from the bag before coming.
Zon
'cause,
already
you know.
has enough.
Oh no, okay.
Oh yes.
That he then, but that will depend. Am I going to have to make miracles for all of you or just hers?
I do already have something, unless...
Very well.
Nah, I already have something.
I am not offended. It would be quite a workload if I had to do more.
Right.
You will have one more outfit for my fiance who's currently not here. I'll make sure he stops in as soon as he can. Today. Yes. Tomorrow morning. Maybe.
Depending upon the complexity of his,
Yes.
I may need to. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
How about
Right.
He is pasty as fuck. That's all you need.
we are also not going to see his face,
I
right?
mean,
Because
Right.
mask was
You're
required.
not going to see anybody's face.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, how
But
about?
he said complexity, not complexion.
oh, I know, but also he's pasty as fuck, so you need to offset that with the dark color.
Right.
How
It's
about?
wrong.
Layers, lots of layers for him.
How
I
about?
feel like it's important for me to mention the doc's been looking tanned for the last day on his island because it has his guys.
That's true. How about I give you 25 gold and you make it happen?
He probably needs to see what the doctor wants, though, right?
30.
I'm already giving you a bonus on top of that. And
Yes, but you're miracles.
27.
He just gives like a really look.
28! Look, we need to buy food.
The Vixen!
Fine, 30! God.
She will
were
call you
trying-
out by your full government name.
Look, you wanted me to haggle last time. I'm trying to haggle now. Okay, fine.
Right, well, we're asking for a lot this time, especially since he doesn't know what the doctor looks like or how complex his attire will end up being.
True.
So,
Okay.
we're asking
With
for a
that,
little blind
You
faith
pay
here.
him?
I will pay you 20 up front and the 10 when the rest is delivered.
Fair.
Fair.
Pay the 20.
Yes.
He pockets it, and then you see he kind of turns. Aleda! Hands! And you watch as this humanoid female comes around a corner, dressed equally as well, and you can see she kind of sees, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was people here. And he's just like handing her paperwork and the material. She's, oh, what? She's taking it.
Jeez.
I'll get started. And she heads off.
Thank
Not
you.
gonna lie, my head it was just the Beauty and the Beast scene in the town, and she's singing, and the baker just yells for his wife.
Yeah,
That's all I had. That's all I had.
amazing.
After that, right, the missiles will get started on that. Is there anything I can start preparing, or am I just going to be waiting?
For the doctor? Oh,
Black pants.
Can do. Do you want a dusty black or a?
like a
I've never seen light black.
it's more like a
Right.
brownie black.
Right.
oh God.
Yeah, he'll probably want to put leather and like a tailcoat maybe. Yeah, that's all I got right now. It's about like yay high on me. Thin frame. I'll make sure he gets to
see
you
he's-
today.
Jotting things down.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, she does have prestidigitation, so she could
Oh,
make like a
yeah.
little spot of color on a paper to show the color that he wants, that he generally wears.
Okay. Do you do that, Red?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll do that.
You do that, and he kind of looks at you. See? Knew you were resourceful.
Of course I am.
And he will kind of look to Miss Eva. And I'm guessing you're all set as well?
I'm quite set, thank you.
Very well. You send your doctor, and I'll get started on what I can.
Remember, layers.
Yes.
Layers.
Right. Thank you for your patience. And she'll exit.
You head out.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Well, that went well. I think.
Fairly well, yes.
Yes.
I imagine he would have charged us a pretty penny more if we weren't going to spread his name.
Yeah. But he didn't, so that's good. You thought
Right.
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't even insist on watermelons.
I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
She is wearing an expression that you know she's absolutely fucking with you.
Oh yeah. She expects it. It's fine. Yep. Right. So
Right,
You wanted
so
to...
you rest of the day, see if there's still that visitor in the place you're building, Eva?
Yeah, I'm hoping we just don't, immediately run into an eyeball, but I don't know how to not do that, so we're just gonna go for it and
Right.
see what happens.
Do you think maybe the more that we're in that particular spot, the more they're drawn to it?
No, from what Doc said, it's more of like a territorial. So, like, it's just making
Right.
sure that it doesn't have any competition,
Got
which
it.
we would probably come across as competition.
Makes sense.
Wonder how nice it looks.
What, the place you're building?
No, the beholder.
Oh.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Duh.
She
Yep.
absolutely rolls her eyes.
But we will definitely make sure we are on the ship and we are not disturbing the crew as they do their thing.
Yes.
Right.
So, I will.
All right. So you're going to head back to the ship,
Find
create a doorway.
one Room of Dread and one Channel Divinity. Later, there is a doorway.
Okay.
Like, she kind of reaches into her pack, pulls out her flute, and tries to, like, stick it through the portal to see if she feels anything on the other side.
Okay. No.
Right. And then?
Sure. Eyes on the floor, and then we go from there. Not that it will
Right.
help too much, but we can maybe hear something and not immediately die.
You head through.
Mm-hmm.
How far had you built reconstructed your home in this space?
So, as far as we've done so far, she has half of the first story up.
Okay. So you've laid all the floor. You've managed to manifest furniture, things like that. You're just working on the walls.
Yes.
Okay. You head through this space, and you do not see any other creatures.
Okay. Sort of peek around behind the portal just to be sure,
Mm-hmm.
but seeing that it is clear, she steps into the space and she would do her best to try and increase the amount that she has completed.
Okay.
So get that first story done if possible.
So you head over to the section of the wall that you've been working on.
Mhm.
As you get over there, make a perception check.
I'm good at those, right? It's not bad. 21.
With 21, you notice that there are visible teeth marks in
Yeah.
what should be stone.
That makes sense. Well,
Oh, forgot to feed
that's-
Fido.
yeah.
But you look around, and the space that surrounds where you are seems free and clear thus far. But again, you get the sense that as you've grown into this power and as you've managed to make an anchoring point for yourself, the randomness is beginning to kind of almost hone in. And you're able to actually begin to carve a space for yourself in the dream realm. You're not sure if you're moving through the dream realm,
Right.
because it's a little hard to tell because things are always moving.
Right.
But
It's
you're not
just
sure
a
if
little
you're
pocket
moving.
space.
Yeah, you're not sure if you're moving around them or they're moving around you. But, there's times to where, half destroyed, broken bits of buildings or just rock just
Yeah.
go flying past.
So apparently we need to get our beholder pet a chew toy. If Drakix actually plans on doing something about this.
That
I'd have a mind to let him try, just to see what happens.
It's a very dangerous half of mine, considering.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Natural consequences, though.
Operation Fido will work. It's fine.
Operation Fido.
You know what? We'll let those natural consequences take their course.
See?
Sometimes you have to learn by doing, right?
Exactly.
And she will put her focus into getting that first story complete.
while
This reminds me of that time I accidentally made a god doing this. My first D&D campaign. It's fine.
I feel like while she's working on that, because we were all going in there, right? You
Right.
know, multiple people watching out, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Zana's going to go outside of the house
Mhm.
and 20 feet away, so she's still within shouting distance. She is going to start imagining a rock. Like a boulder, that distraction tactic.
So you just open the front door and walk out?
Yes.
Okay. Did you make a
Disintegrate.
dexterity saving throw?
Not
Make a
an
what
advantage
saving
on
throw?
Dexterity.
This
That's
one
a
will not be
dex.
advantage because you do not see it coming.
Yay!
Megan.
As she's rolling it, but before you tell her, is it she walks outside and instead of truck coon hitting her, is boulder coon who's coming through?
Jesus.
Now
you
it
step
is.
out with a bag of takeout in your right hand and you're crossing the street. I'm kidding. As you step out, it's very much like that scene from Beetlejuice. You just fall.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Do I keep on falling?
Yes.
Red!
She's
There's
going
that
to.
scream.
You
She's-
don't hear anything.
Oh.
Who doesn't? Zon or Red?
Red.
Oh, okay. She has no idea anything's going on.
Nope.
Okay.
You
Zon-
are in the dream
Zon is
space.
imagining stopping.
Do you believe what you are seeing?
She saw falling. She looking around. She's like airborne. She's
Need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus.
You need to
She's good
believe.
at those.
You are the
Right?
chosen one, Neo.
I do have advantage.
Do you have advantage?
Oh, I am so glad I have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Did you got a nat 1 on one of those?
It didn't help her much.
What'd you roll?
A 4.
No!
This is how Zon
I'm using my
Roll
inspiration.
success.
I'm using my inspiration.
Hold on. Can I just this is how I imagine the scene. I think I could float a small jellyfish appears, almost hold her up, and then it slides her away from her.
I'd like to use my inspiration, please.
Okay.
Do I get a roll in, or just one more? It's just a straight roll.
Yes, just one roll.
Oh god.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. As
Jesus.
you fall. We're gonna make this narrative because the dice tell a story.
Mhm.
Everybody else, deafen and goodbye. Enjoy your break.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh man, I want to hear this.
You can hear it in the vlog.
Yeah, we'll hear from watch the VOD.
Oh boy.
Fine.
Levikazan,
Uh-huh.
there is a moment where your mind is unable to comprehend where you are or what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you fall completely into the completely void of thought. It's not evil, it's not good, it's just a force of nature, is what the dream realm is.
Yeah.
It is something that connects all sentient creatures together, because everybody dreams, everybody has aspirations, whether they're vile or very divine. As you're falling, you
Ow.
hit some kind of watery substance. But it's water that is made of teeth, fang, and is hungry. It's so hungry. I just want out.
She closes her eyes and she imagines herself flying up and out of this pit.
Due to the forces that flow through your blood, you do not possess the will desired in this space to manifest or manipulate. Instead, you hear this and you watch as something is moving towards you at an incredibly high speed, arcing off of it in this lightning-like effect, this purple tendrils of sharp, angular, arcane power. Something is coming for you.
She's like ready to like brace and like dodge.
You go to like brace in some way, and your hands come up instinctually, and they wrap around a haft.
Oh.
A familiar haft.
Oh. She like opens one
The
eye,
wood
looks at it.
is made entirely of this kind of darkened, burnt and twisted, gnarled staff. The head, one end blunt, the other end bladed, as the steel itself seems to hold the constellations within it.
Holy fuck.
I've seen this weapon hundreds of times.
It's Oser's, right? It's
It's very reminiscent of that.
but it's
And also of your guardian spirit. You've seen your father manifest this before in moments of devout faith, desperate needs. And it pulls you out of this
yes.
liquid of fang and teeth, talon, and you land just on the edge of the doorway.
She like crawls in, scrambles in.
We'll stop there.
Oh.
You can describe all of that.
Okay.
Well, you can describe all of that when we
Yeah.
get back.
Okay.
It's only fair to them.
Cool. Yeah.
But to our listeners, we're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to run some ads, probably 2 rounds of them while we're gone, just to help pre-rolls not be around when you're around. So we'll see you when we get back. Vikazan,
Yeah.
you onto the floor right inside the threshold.
Red and Eva just hear Zon scrambling, scraping of like nails on the wood and metal, and then the door slams shut. And heavy breathing.
Do I?
Don't step outside that door. Ever.
Well, yeah, there's nothing there. I haven't built anything yet.
Maybe put a sign there that says, don't go out this door, because I went out that door and nobody warned me.
How about building in progress? Stay inside the house.
Right.
I
Well, the important bit is you're here.
Are you here? Are you okay?
I almost wasn't. And I now notice in her hand that she is death gripping is a large battle axe that has like a burnt wood handle and a large kind of top to it, one side very like bladed, the other very blunt, but it seems to be almost made out of stars, similar to when she goes all supernova.
So you upgraded from a war axe and a great axe to a war hammer?
Yes. Something.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened?
She went outside, then there was no outside. Weren't you listening?
I think I know where the Everhunger is.
Right. That's interesting. Continue.
Wait, hang. As in physically know where it is, or like?
Yes.
Intriguing.
It's at the bottom of the dream realm. I landed on it. There are bones and teeth and everything, and it was saying I was hungry. I was so hungry, and then this came charging at me and brought me up here.
The weapon came charging at you.
Yeah, we don't. The Everhunger is down there. Like you fall,
right?
And it's there.
But
interesting.
It didn't eat you.
It would. It almost would have if this didn't pull me up and out.
So is it a sentient weapon then? Or a manifestation of your will?
I don't know.
Is it talking to you?
It's not talking.
Isn't that one and the same?
It's not talking to me.
Yeah.
I've seen my father produce something like this. I've seen my brother produce something kind of like this. My quarries produce something like this. So I think this is like a bloodline-esque thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Eva just takes Red, walks to Zon, grabs Zon, and shoves these two back out of the portal because she has no idea what the fuck just happened and she doesn't want to be here in case shit goes wrong.
And Eva's following us?
Oh yeah, she's
okay.
She is hauling you out of this space.
There is barely any resistance from Zon. She just gets up and nope, I'm done. Nope.
Red looks mildly offended.
You'll live.
She ain't wrong.
I don't need to be herded like some sort of wild beast.
You are correct. However, I am also going to make sure that we are not away from our other friends if, as she puts it, shit hits the fan and there's a sentient primordial being below us. I'm not taking that chance.
You mean the one I'm currently partially holding at bay?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So, yeah.
Bread's
You-
still standing.
You open the door,
Uh-huh.
fell into the space of the dream realm,
Yep.
which you can manipulate with
I-
your willpower.
Yes, and I started thinking, I need to stop, stop falling. And I stopped, but I landed on the Everhunger, or what seemed to be a form of the Everhunger. It was just a vast void of dark.
That makes sense. It's
Yeah.
basically a black hole.
Yeah, exactly. So I just... Yeah. Yeah. Does she still have the weapon in her hand?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll leave this up to you whether or not you tell your boyfriend about the fact that you almost died this time. I'm gonna go get us some coffee.
I think I need more than coffee, please.
It's fine, I got you.
Okay.
Why do I feel like they have found, like, Eva knows where Drac is actually hidden his personal stash and goes to find the strong stuff?
Look, Eva doesn't sleep. There's a good chance she's seeing you go to it and come back with something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't break
Otherwise-
into your quarters, but I can definitely watch where you're stashing stuff.
Are you sure about that? Because he would have given you guys a key.
True.
I thought you gave one to Red.
And Galen's there.
Yeah, you guys have access.
Fill your space.
Doesn't
Eva's
listen,
not going to be the one to snoop around, unlike some
No,
people.
Zon will.
You have
She's
access. He'd be fine.
But Eva will go and make 3 cups of double strength coffees with a little bit of maybe mild sedative for Zon with some coffee in there to
Yes.
soothe the nerves.
Tea leaves?
Drop the taste.
Like, quarter of a dose of the tea leaves.
Hey, if you want it, she'll do it.
It's tempting. Yeah.
Well-
I need to learn how to fly.
Or
Not-
perhaps
like
look
the
before you
broom.
leap.
Or that.
Okay, that, yes. But also, like, now, if I fall off the ship and nobody's around, I'm just gone.
So, like I said, broom. Problem solved. She's got wings, you get a broom.
But it's her broom. I'm not going to take her broom. No.
We'll get you another one.
That one cost a lot. But it was so worth it. So worth it. We'll see. Maybe what's his face has an extra one and we can just be like, yeah, we'll rent it out or something.
So, there's a problem.
Right.
What?
Well, when you say that this primordial force of chaos is at the bottom of the plane that literally makes whatever you will come to fruition
Yes.
to a certain extent, that's a problem.
Yeah. That's a
Because, well, for 2 reasons. 1, because he can feed on anything that is made in this space, and 2, he can will anything to be made in this space, which is a problem when you're fighting something as strong as this is. Because not only can it eat everything that you make, but it also makes things for itself to eat. It is perpetually getting stronger the longer it stays here.
Yes. But my question is then, why didn't it eat those elves and...
Probably hasn't gotten the pull yet.
Mm.
I assume
That or it's sated with constantly renewing Phoenix.
and everything else that is being made in here by everyone else that has a dimension here.
I mean, it did say it was hungry. It was oh so hungry, and
It's always hungry though.
yeah, exactly, the ever hunger. Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
seals are in the material realm, but its actual physical being is in the dream. Why? No, that's a dumb question. I know why.
Well, what if the dream realm is the container for the Everhunger?
That's literally it. It's preventing it from eating anything in the material realm by feeding on everything in the dream realm. It's literally just holding it at bay until there is nothing left of the dream realm. And as long as people keep making pocket dimensions here, it will always have something to. So that's a problem.
How doesn't, like, all those smart people that create these other dimensions know this?
Because
The
we've
vast
been-
majority of them are arrogant.
Well, not only that, but you have to remember it's been a long time since anyone's been on the surface in the material realm. When you are given an
Mhm.
island here in the dream realm, you don't tend to look down.
Yeah.
You've literally been taught that it will kill you.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't say it's more arrogance than it is ignorance. Conditioned ignorance, at
Sure.
best.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna have to make a phone call to, a few people. And she kind of, like, just points up, kind of like being, like, the divine. Because,
Yes.
I don't know what to do about this. That's a very big problem.
It's a very big problem. But we know where it is. It's just down. It's easy to get there. Just whoop.
Yeah, don't do that again.
No. Mm-mm. She gets up, chugs her coffee, goes downstairs, grabs a piece of Doc's paper and charcoal, comes back up and writes, "Do not go through doors," and hands it to Dina. Please put that on the door.
Or you could just remember,
Look,
literally everyone else can fly. You're the only one with this problem.
Yeah, and I don't want to forget in case, memory wipe or something. I don't know. It's bound to happen. This is just.
And now we know the DM's going to do that just to watch
Imagine
this happen.
Modify memory just to happen again.
Yep. Yep.
And I have no inspiration. You guys.
It's a good thing your fiance has modified memory to restore your memory.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been too late. She would have been dead.
The best part about it, though, is watching Meg's reactions, because we didn't get to hear it, but we definitely got to see it, and they're like in
Yeah.
utter panic.
I was almost crying. That would have been the end of Zon.
Yeah?
Roll 3d6. Ooh, do it again.
Yeah. It probably would have taken me a few moments to actually realize what you were doing. But oh my god, yeah. Okay, so what are the boys doing? Why
In
is he
cards.
rolling so many dice?
Good question. Don't know.
Because he's trying to get your anxiety through the roof.
Just get your next stats ready.
Pull up a backup character or two.
No. Ozer, here we come. Barbarian 2.0. Alrighty. Boys?
All right.
I would say the boys are relaxing. We played cards.
You're
We
just
won money.
hanging out on the ship deck,
Oh,
chilling.
We got back to the
No.
ship. All right.
No, we would have gone over to
Where'd you go?
the Zegno. To Z.
Yeah.
Because Doc would have asked them about more research.
So you head over there. Now that you know which door to go through,
Mm-hmm.
knock, it just opens for you.
I don't even have to knock; it just opens. There's a shut behind me, and Drax has to knock.
No, God, that would be funny though.
Yeah, right.
But no.
I swear, if this door would have actually closed in his face,
No,
he would
due
have
to
been-
where the enchantment is made in my notes, not to get too deep into it, but just fuck it. Doc, give me an Arcana check.
Normal. That's a 30.
You walk through the door and it doesn't close, and then you took and look at Drakix and you're like, interesting, and you notice that the one around the threshold almost seems to flow and connect to the front porch area, to where basically it's like a pressure plate. Like the enchantment knows how many people are here.
Okay.
But Drakix, you walk through and closes.
he just looks back and just goes. He's lucky at the fact that I kind of like him, or else I would chuck him off of a ship. And this time with no rope tied to him.
A few moments pass. You're in this like front foyer space for like maybe 30 seconds before a tray of floating tray just heads over to you. On it is just looks to be some very simple like fresh baked pastries, scones, and 2 cups of tea.
He's gonna take a scone and a cup of tea, and he's
Yep.
just gonna take a seat somewhere and just lean back
Alright.
and just
Uh,
munch.
Once we're
Step.
indoors, Doc, take the mask off.
Gotcha. It's about 5 minutes before Zigmel makes his way up. Sorry, I was working on something.
No worries.
How are
You're good. We wanted to come by. He wanted to ask you if there was any research he could help you with. I wanted to ask you if there was a tailor around that you actually prefer, so I can get some new clothes. As I remember last time, they kind of got a little cut up in a fight. So
I would go to the Thimble and Veil. They handle it not only in threads, but weaving in illusion magic into the garments. It's quite handy.
that's good to know. And we're talking like illusion magic, like the clothes would look like other styles one's worn, or
That can be done. Typically, individuals use it to make their colors shift at a will.
okay, that works.
Or, and he kind of like gets like this smug like look on his face. Or if you're, a noble who put on a few pounds, suddenly you look 10, 20 pounds lighter.
And at this point, Drake pointedly looks him up and down.
Make a perception check.
That's 11. It
No
doesn't
magic
matter.
here.
It doesn't matter. He still looks at him. Just goes,
Yeah.
That's where they've gone. Got
Not
it.
me.
Mm-hmm. Of course not you. Just the crack of my hull kind of... I'm sorry, the crack of the deck kind of says that somebody definitely weighing a lot more landed there. But I completely agree, it's not you. By any means. And he slowly sips as he looks him in the eye.
You try hitting a surface going mock get fucked and see how you take it.
I've almost done that.
He
5
kind of like
times.
raises his hand. And there's like a couple of arcane glyphs start going around his hand. Want to go again?
I'll drag you with me.
Doc is shaking his head. Enough of the hostility, Drakix. We are visiting.
Playful banter, and he's still sitting there all relaxed, like nothing matters. He's just like, it was playful banter. It's not like I would actually take his threat to heart.
Do you take a sip?
He takes another sip.
His hand waves, and for a moment, it's like skunk as he casts precipitation.
Yeah.
And he Once again, he looks him dead in the eye and takes a long, like just a deep slurp,
Make a Constitution
just because
saving
it probably
throw.
still tastes better than the worst thing he's ever had.
Trying to think here. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty rough.
Think about it. He's been on how many ships?
Been on a
He's
lot
had
They're
of
Red-
not
shit.
all gonna have
he's-
quality.
He's had Red's coffee.
Oh god. That is-
Hey,
Wow.
I wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. I
yeah,
didn't say it.
disconnects from call. Jeebus.
Though he's not wrong, but I didn't say it.
Get
What's your-
fucked.
What's your Constitution modifier?
Mine's a 7. Well, no, that's a Constitution save. My con's a 2.
Your saving throws on tap. Okay. You almost stifle a gag, but you're able to pull off the illusion that it didn't bother you.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of narrows his eyes to you for a moment. Sailors. And just heads off. Like you almost like feel insulted by it.
He does, but at the same time, it's just like, I feel honored that I made this person just like so pissed off you sponsor off.
And he just kind of waves for you to follow, Doctor.
Yeah, Doc will be following.
Drank just follows along just for the hell of it.
Heading down, he will kind of make his way to a workbench, and to you, Dracus, he'll kind of hold his hands out.
And at this point, he just like immediately just takes off the bracers, hands it to him, and he
takes
sits
them,
nearby.
sets him down, and you can see he kind of makes this motion, and a journal just uprights itself at a 45-degree angle near him, and a pen or a quill just gets at the ready. Well, you're going to make me dissect this myself, or walk me through what you did? As he's holding one of the bracers.
Doc will give him a walkthrough of the step-by-steps and what spell and how he went through with enchanting it.
He sets it down, picks the other one up, gives it a smell. Just cleans it.
He goes like, hold on. That has been cleaned from all the battles that we've had. So do not give me that. And Dracula actually looks mildly offended.
Sets it back down. As you're talking, Doctor, the quill is just writing. It's making sketches, it's making notes. So, certainly couldn't replicate something like this quickly enough, but we do have enough here for a base. I would
We
say
had better
immediately-
material. I could have
immediately would
used a
be
better
that,
version.
yes.
Could at least get a better version with maybe a bit more distance.
Did you want to stick with leather, or would you be open to metal?
I'd be open to metal. It would hold the enchantment better and allow me to infuse a bit more magic into it.
Agreed. You know your enchantment. That's good. You've been studying well.
That's
You can see
less
there's
study,
like
more practical practice.
the slightest upturn. Well, practical application's fine and all, but theory also has its place.
I won't argue with that. It has been quite a handy tool in of itself.
Good. And of course, I won't be keeping these. I'll just need them for the night.
Of course.
Right then, I'm going to probably make a few minor adjustments to make it look a little more like my work, if that's okay with you. And then,
If you need like a sales pitch to go with them, you can use this as a form of rescue item. Someone falls off a ship, get them back on the boat.
certainly is handy, but in this day and age, most folks have learned to fall off the ship.
You're not wrong. but you never do know. Plus, it's also
Somewhere
useful for. We've
Not sure
also,
why.
I've also used it to save people from collapsed tunnels and mines.
Certainly is handy. Well, if you're willing to just buy the material at base costs, I could certainly get you some quality metal.
What would you recommend?
Well, I know it may sound strange, but honestly, silver goes far, especially when it's enchanted. Once the silver, and he actually, like, as he's talking, you see he's trying to find something. He's looking around.
Yeah.
Once it takes to, where is that damn book? He starts looking around.
What do I feel like is the book? Drac would have actually grabbed the random book and have it in his hand and just smiled. He could look going through the pages. What do I feel like it's the same one that he's looking for? Jack's just like, da 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 da.
As he's looking around, he's like, look for a book, Arcane Metallurgy. Look for that. And he basically commands you two to help him find this book.
Doc will take a look for it.
Is it the one that Drac has in his hand?
The one you're holding.
Drac was just like, oh, you mean this one? And just
He
hand it
looks.
out to him.
Yes, he takes it from you and starts flipping through it. Here it is, yes. And he sets it down. Metals, when they take on the magical properties, change immensely in their durability and even properties, even to point at their melting points. It's fascinating, the research gone into it. Silver, reasons unknown, perhaps because it's, lore-wise, always a bit of a fey-touched metal.
It is also very effective against undead entities.
Very true, very divine. That's another theory, of course. Those in the arcane world shut themselves off to that, but I like to keep an open mind. Either way,
As
whether
it pertains to my own practice, is quite important.
divine, fey, or just wives' tales, something about silver takes to magic well. Of course, things like platinum, just based on their value itself, also take very well. But I think for your needs, silver would do well.
Be easier to mass produce it.
Very true.
And that would be
could be
you know,
leather. I mean, that the range
True.
on these is fine.
Yes.
But if you want something better, we should get you some silver. Good news is, once it's enchanted, you don't have to worry about sizing it. It'll size itself.
It is definitely a benefit to enchanting. Doc kind of gestures to his own mask.
And he kind of looks over for a moment, kind of, may I?
Sure. And he hands over the mask to
He
him.
looks it over. And you can see, even not even having to cast, he just looks, oh, interesting spell choice.
Used it when I had those who were a bit too aggressive in a
And then he-
conversation.
As you're talking, you realize you've lost him. As he looks at the lenses. Wait a minute, are these? Did you? And he turns it over again and looks at it. Smart.
Practical.
No. He hands it back, like complimentingly. Genius.
Thank you. At the
Right,
time where I didn't really
so-
take the mask off, so it made sense to do it.
Probably 50 gold worth of silver. Could probably get it down to 40. That would get you two sizable bracers.
All right.
It's just a clink on the table. As there's 45 gold there.
Oh. Alrighty then.
I don't question when he gets it at this point.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
it is a bag of holding. Holds
Yeah.
a lot.
It has my one of my projects in it, actually.
Oh.
Doc would ask Dracus for the bag,
Hands it over, without question.
and Doc would begin unfolding. Bob, 2.0.
No. Interesting. don't see a lot of necromancy work these days. I mean, it's not bad, it's just rare.
Well, I don't have to reapply the enchantment on him anymore. It's been fused to the bone.
That's good. It's good. Fused to the. That's good. But interesting work again. But it's like many things. I mean, how many castings did it take to get bone to take?
About 20 days, casting once a day.
Excessive, but
Well, it pertains to the spell itself. They only last 24 hours, so you have to reapply it every 24 hours.
have you noticed any degrading?
None that I have seen. That's why I chose bone skeletons instead of zombified. That and the smell.
Smell. You
Rotting
know,
corpses.
he kind of
couldn't-
looks at it for a moment. If you give just the measurements to Valina over at Thimble and Veil, she could probably make something to make this creature look humanly passable.
Well, because he once human, technically a werewolf, actually.
Werewolf.
Yes.
Doesn't it have the skeletal structure of the werewolf?
I don't remember if we agreed that it
Reverse
was.
humanoid upon death.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, never mind.
yeah.
Yeah, we still don't know if it transforms now.
Werewolf. Interesting. I wonder if that had anything to do with the magic. There's a curse
Potentially.
after all.
I'm still studying the curse. It's not really. It's more of adjacent to my field, but I feel like it still pertains to it.
It's too bad you don't have a werewolf with you. Just studied him.
Drake lightly scratches his forearm at this moment in time.
It's getting a little itchy, buddy.
Yeah. He's doing this. It's like it's not enough to draw, but enough to just like kind of get through the scales. So it's like, okay.
It would be
Well.
quite convenient, but they're so rare these days.
Quite so.
We were only lucky to have upon it due to an enemy acquaintance. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to be with us at this point.
Hmm.
It was one of his servants.
You're certainly leading an interesting, complex life, you and your group.
When you get a random sort of folks like us together, random impossible things can happen.
I'll stick to my circles. And he kind of like pats his teleportation circle work.
It's definitely a simpler life.
You're welcome to it if you ever get bored of dying every day.
If I go, they'd all be dead tomorrow.
I probably will. In all honesty.
The only thing keeping you guys patched up at this point.
You're the linchpin.
I'm just the medic.
Well, I'm going to make a few adjustments to your enchantments just to make it look more blended effort. But feel good about this.
But I can definitely see this being a very practical tool for any sailor worker in general.
True, but first we're going to have to sell it to people who won't use it for such things.
True. Now, it is fun to displace someone. I will say that.
Probably be the main use.
I imagine so. At least it's physically harmless.
That's true. And he starts setting out various implements to physically manipulate the leather and the actual carved runes before he makes the arcane enchantment. And that's what he will do with the rest of his day.
Did we have to buy the silver, or was he gonna get it wholesale?
He was going to procure it for you,
Yeah, he's gonna procure it for us.
Okay, so yeah,
just not today.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fair.
I think that wraps up everything we had to do here. Let him get to his
Send
work.
Bill and Vale to try to get. Well, I was gonna say us close, but knowing that Zahn has other plans for you,
If you don't know that.
we don't know that. Yeah, we would have gotten the directions to Thimble and Vale, and then head
Yeah.
over there.
Okay. So, ladies, what are you up to?
Not panicking.
Blah.
Totally not.
Therapy for Zahn, apparently.
Apparently.
There's a brown bag that is slowly being abused right now.
Mm.
And a 10-year-old probably running around.
It's just like, oh look at the baggie. He's just running over,
As-
grabbing it, bringing it.
As the first few minutes of you being out of the dream realm begin to pass,
Mm-hmm.
and they become more, what are you guys up to?
I think Zahn is just sitting by her flower garden. She's just sitting and existing for a bit, you know.
Do you
True
have the
near-death
weapon
experience.
with you?
Yeah, she's just holding it.
Okay. Eva, Red?
I mean, she doesn't have anything to do at the moment, so probably. Well, she doesn't have 8 hours to use to imbue or try to imbue her dagger, correct?
I mean, could. You would just sleep in the next day.
Yeah.
I would say Eva is A, keeping an eye on Zahn, making sure more random shit doesn't happen.
Okay.
And B, she's probably with Cass. In the kitchen or downstairs somewhere, just sort of trying to keep the child occupied without, like, really delving into anything like her lessons or anything intense.
Okay. You also notice that the ship is basically staffed by Galen and 2 others right now.
Okay.
And it's just bare bones, keep a watch crew.
That's fair.
Levigazon,
Yeah.
about an hour passes as you're sitting with your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an available attunement slot?
No, but she will give up a spot for it.
As that time passes, you begin to feel a familiar connection attempt to be made. In this moment, do you sever a connection with something else?
Yes.
As you remove your focus on that item and place it upon the weapon, knowledge and experience and wisdom from the weapon flows into your mind. This is Vorsha, the Dream Cleaver. Vorsha. This weapon deals 1d10 slashing or bludgeoning damage. I just need to know what you're going to use before you swing.
Okay.
It is heavy and two-handed. Currently, it deals an additional 1d6 psychic damage on a hit. You'll get these details afterwards. I'm just going to read it out loud so
Yep.
everybody knows. And so you know.
Yes.
Once per long rest, when you enter a rage, the weapon gains the returning property and can be thrown of up to a range of 60 feet.
So you got Mjolnir.
While
Yep.
wielding the weapon, whether it's stashed on your back or actively being held, you may speak a command word to manifest echoes of your dream self. This causes nearby enemies to have disadvantage on insight checks and perception checks against you.
Ooh. Interesting.
For 1 minute. As this knowledge comes to you and you kind of get a feel for the abilities, there is kind of these androgynous words spoken out. In dreams, we are never alone. In rage, we remember who we once were.
I think she just continues to sit there, just understanding it, not panicking as much, but like, this is definitely something from her family, from her bloodline, like, it's meant for her. So, yes. Thank you. Alrighty.
All right.
Awesome.
Eva, as you're kind of keeping an eye
Yes.
on Livicazon, that hour mark passes and you sense this connection.
That Zahn has?
Mhm.
Cool.
There's kind
That's
of this
a dream weapon. I feel like I'm just slowly becoming the puppet master of my party. I hate
You
this.
are. You are.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Listen, one's a werewolf, one has a dream weapon. I got half of you so far.
It's true.
It definitely catches her interest, but she lets Zahn sit for a while just to let the emotions sort of wear off.
Yeah.
Make sure she relaxes from her brush with death.
Mm-hmm. Way too close of a brush with death.
We are going to file that away for another day because she's definitely going to be coming back around to it.
Ruh-roh.
All right.
Listen, just think of it as you met like the old patriarch of Doc's family and you had to ask for his hand. You just ran away before you got the answer because it was probably going to eat yours in response.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not actually wrong, technically speaking.
No, technically not.
Hmm.
The boys arrive.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to accomplish outside of you're going to that tailor, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You put your orders in
Yes.
with a different tailor.
Mhm.
Okay.
We hadn't been made aware of what they were
Yeah,
doing.
we weren't told about it.
Mm-hmm.
Put your orders in. You head back to the ship.
It's fine. How much was it?
He's
For
just
the-
gonna have 2 really nice suits. He'll go in the morning.
Exactly.
Would you try to
Yes.
persuade a better price?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. 1 second. That's an 11.
50 gold.
That's fine. He'll pay it anyway.
Okay.
And as for both the
Cool.
suits,
Yes, actually, technically all 3, because he would take Zugmal's for.
We get one for Bob.
Yeah, we're getting one for Bob 2.0.
Okay.
Listen, he
Bob
gets all 3 for
2.0,
50.
You are able to procure. Actually, for I know it was for 3. For 3, it'd be 75.
Yeah, that's fine.
So for Bob 2.0, you're able to give them measurements and very cleverly speak to how your servant needs a new outfit. You have his measurements, but he's busy today. You know, you just kind of like
Running-
skirt around
running
the
an
fact.
Yep. He's off running an errand for me right now.
Yeah.
But if he's going to join me for this party, he needs to at least look the part.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put it past Dr. Drakix to spin a tale to where like his face was burned or something, so he needs something to permanently cover that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really would not put it past Drakix to throw it in there.
Oh, definitely. He has made it sound like the most grotesque thing,
Look,
but also the
he's
most
He's a great
part
guy,
is-
incredible
no, no.
servant.
The worst part is, Drac, you can give him that info. Doc can go into the medical reasons why it's not healed.
Listen, he
They
will go
they'll
into.
probably just cut you off. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like I'll tell you right now. It's like he goes, like he takes one of the ship destruction stories and spins it to where like you have no idea. It's like this man nearly took a cannonball to the face to save him, but when it erupted, as he pushed him out the way, and he just continues going through that. It's not a lie. There's enough truth in there. He probably did see
Gotcha.
somebody's face get blown off, but still.
So that's given. You get back to the ship.
Mhm.
All of you are in one place at the same time in the evening.
And at this point is when we mentioned, yeah, we have we actually went to the tailor mentioned by Z, and we got clothes over there. Did you guys also want to go? What?
Right, Doc, go buy this other tailor in the morning. We've already paid for your suit. You'll just have 2, it's fine. You'll have your pick.
yeah,
All right, I'll go.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I it's not like we all have a way of communicating with each other. And he kind of at this point takes out the sending stone. Then he looks at Zana because she has the
Not wrong, actually.
It's not like we could have informed each other if you had made this choice.
I was just like,
man.
oh, Eva's prepared sending, and so
And as Zahn pulls the blue magical stone out of her pocket, the camera pans in on her face. It's just, yeah, that's just it right there. Just, and then it just fades.
I think that's a perfect ending spot. Right
Perfect
there.
ending spot. Could not have been any better. Oh, that's good. Solid.
That's what it is.
You
Doc
know,
prepared
I-
sending in case they sent us a message through the stone and we need more than one sending to get a message to them.
I even looked past all of it, looking for that item that you were talking about. At
Yep.
10 out of 10 would
My-
send again.
My sending would not have helped, by the way, because my
No.
sending only goes to Cass and Red.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack doesn't even know about the fact that you have that option.
Goodness.
Brett doesn't have sending, so there you go.
Truly
yeah,
beautiful.
Zahn hands
Truly.
off the sending stone to Red.
Right.
Nope. I cannot be trusted with magic. No.
Right.
Enjoy.
Noted.
Yeah, enjoy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
I shall.
officially gone from my inventory.
Well, I don't know. The other end of this is attached to the one that Drakix has. I'm not sure how much fun I'll have with it.
Oh, I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Like, way more than you think.
Only once per day, though.
Yeah, but at least it's once per
Kinda
day.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just wait till he's, pooping or something. Just
She would. She absolutely. That is exactly some
oh
shit.
my
she
god,
would
use it at the party when he's talking to a noble, just
Oh, don't give me ideas. Okay.
All
But then
right,
he can
everybody.
also do that back to her, so that
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. We're going to go ahead and get out of here for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here, hanging out, and having fun. We hope you had a blast. If you did, let us know in the comments. It helps with our engagement so we can know we're doing a good job. But just remember, you are loved, you're worthy, you're good. And if you're going to be around friends, around family, playing some games, everything is made exponentially better if you bring snacks. So never forget your snacks, everybody. And have a great night.
Laters.